Okay, y'all, so today I want to show you inking because I prefer ink over vinyl, hands down. So I'm going to use some glittery silver Chalkology ink on this shirt today. And I am using a Chalk Couture transfer and the mat, the inking mat, but I've also used the ink with vinyl transfer or removable vinyl, and I just use it as a stencil instead because I do not like the way vinyl feels. I don't like that it fades or it can peel, or you have to be careful how you wash it because I don't separate my laundry. So there's a lot of reasons that I do not particularly like to use vinyl for the majority of my projects. So I am putting the mat to make it sticky up underneath here so my fabric doesn't move. I prefer these mats, but you can use the Cricut or the Paper Studio mats that are sticky. Just, you need your fabric to not move. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my transfer off its backing, put that over there, and then I'm just going to center my transfer, make sure it's all down because I don't want any of my ink to leak. So there's that. And then you open it up here, and I'm going to take a decent amount here and just start going. So I put a little pressure into it so it sinks down into the fabric. See? And I love our squeegees because they're really easy to work with compared to some of the other tools that you can do this with. But I'm just spreading it all around. As you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot of the ink to do this. Alright. I think I got it on there pretty good. If you hold it up right and pull from the flat side instead of the angled side, it pulls all of it back up, and you can just scrape it back into this jar. And see, it will last me forever. And then I'm just going to pull this up, and I'll wash my transfer because it's reusable, and set this to the side to dry. And once it's dry, I will set my heat press to 340 for 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side, and it is good to go. Can wash it with all the rest of my clothes, everything, no problem. And then I wanted to show you that you can ink cups. So I've used this transfer before, so I'm not going to fuzz it, but normally you would want to fuzz your transfers, especially when putting them on a really smooth surface like this, because otherwise you can end up to where it doesn't want to come off. See, it's still a little sticky actually, so I'm going to take my fuzzing towel. Now you can actually use any towel or your jeans, but I really like my towel. So I'm going to use this, and I'm just making the back a little bit fuzzy so that it doesn't stick so much, because if it sticks too much, when I pull it up, it can smear the ink. So I'm starting from the middle and working my way up and down and out. And you just want to make sure that you seal it really good on the cup. So see, I placed it on the cup here. And now I'm going to take this really pretty currant jam color. I like this a lot. And I'm going to apply the ink. So just gonna move it around here. There we go. Making sure I get it all in there. The ink doesn't dry as fast as the paste, so you have a little bit more time to work with without having to water it down, which is pretty awesome because I like to take my time with the ink because it's permanent. Now on the clothing, it will actually wash out if you don't heat set it, but it can leave some staining. Whereas on non-porous surfaces like this, if you mess up, the great thing about this is before you heat set it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes and then let it cool down for 30 minutes with it off, before you do that, if you mess up, you can just wash it off and redo it. So that's pretty awesome. And there we go. So super, super easy, and it's just a more cost efficient, more accurate, more long lasting way to put things onto, you know, cups and shirts and pretty much anything that you can heat set. You can put our ink on and it makes it permanent and it doesn't fade. It's just way easier to use than vinyl, in my opinion. So there's inking for you.